What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're going to be taking a look over here at the XRP price chart as price sits above 70 cents today after spending 2 months range-bound at the lows after the capitulation and liquidation event that took place there in the middle of August, consolidating with Wyckoff accumulation for 2 months, now working its way back up, heading into those retrace levels that have been there since XRP was declared to be not a security and was relisted on all exchanges, including Kraken and Coinbase, and the list goes on. Last few days, we've seen price really start to move up into these retracement levels as it currently sits above 70 cents right now as I'm recording. Of course, with that, we see a lot of excitement out there on Twitter, probably a lot of YouTube videos out there today regarding the price action moving up, the super excitement about it, and no doubt about it, it's definitely exciting to see the price move up. But as prices move up, that's where the cautious BCB starts to come into play rather than that spicy BCB down here at the lows. But there's a lot of optimistic things to see going on here with the price action of XRP and just the broader conditions that are going on in the cryptocurrency market. So we're going to talk a lot about that. We're going to talk about the things that have me concerned here with the price of where we're at. It should be no surprise to anybody who watches this YouTube channel that retracement levels are always going to be concerns for me as we get back to that within these ranges. But there's a lot of things that I'm looking at with the market that have me very optimistic at the same time. Just that we are finally seeing that strength happening there with Bitcoin, which is one of those conditions that we're missing when the SEC lost versus Ripple and XRP was declared to be not a security. An element we were missing for a sustained price rise was liquidity coming into the market and strengthen Bitcoin and strengthen the altcoin market. You can look on the right side of the screen. The whole thing over there is green. That has been what the market has been like for about a week or two now. And of course, Bitcoin's still holding these higher price levels after breaking out there at the end of October. We also know that the total market cap has been acting very similar to a Wyckoff accumulation, as if it's in the last phase of sign of strength to work its way out of here. And so we mix that with the positive action over here in Bitcoin and the strength of the altcoin market after bouncing off of 2018's all-time high. We just have like positive conditions happening here for XRP. So of course, seeing the price move up is optimistic. And while from a time perspective, reaching the end of the amount of time we spent down in an accumulation zone down in 2016 and 2017. For those unfamiliar, I'm referring to this period back in here where XRP had done an 85.5% correction back in here, pulling back down, which is what we also saw happening over here in 2022, 85.5%. We have spent the same amount of time down here as we did during that time period down here in this Wyckoff accumulation. And you can really see that if we take that from that period to show how much time was spent down here at the bottom, where we are currently right now. It's as if, we're right on track to get going. But I've also brought that up over here on CoinTrader Pro, where it's pulling the data from CoinMarketCap. So you can see that as well. Right on track to where it would be like in a breakout. Now, of course, one of the challenges that's been with this is like I put out on the video over the weekend is that with XRP, a big challenge comes from this guy right here, this little breakout that happens in here, because it's almost like it just shouldn't even be there. We know that it was timed to happen at the same time that the release of the information in the court case happened, July 13th, XRP not a security. Within 4 hours, XRP's price fires up over 100% and then falls right back down into exact same range it was in before that ended up happening. If we imagined that news narrative never occurred and that we actually just drifted sideways, this would actually be more relevant to what the whole market does look like right now, that it would have been a prolonged last point of support working out in here. As we can see in here, had we done that, it would really have been the same amount of time as we see over there in the total market cap. But we have this anomaly event that happens here that gives us all of this that otherwise wouldn't be there had we just moved along with the rest of the market. However, now getting that sign of strength breakout, just as we're starting to see happen over here in the total market cap of crypto. I don't think this is too far-fetched to view it this way, that this is what we would have looked like had we not had that news event occur, because the rest of the market actually behaved just like this during this time. It would also make a whole lot more sense for our accumulation schematics to be reaching these points at this time where the whole market is breaking out. Green galore everywhere over there on the right side of the screen. This is consistent with XRP's price action to act in line with the rest of the market. So there's a lot of positive conditions happening in here in that one, we've reached the end of what would be a normal accumulation schematic for XRP. Also, the end of what would be a normal Wyckoff accumulation schematic in general, while doing it at the same time with the total market cap of crypto, and doing it at the same time where in 2020, when this occurred, this was an opportune time shortly thereafter for XRP to also break out and go. So we have strengthened Bitcoin, strengthened the total market cap, accumulation schematics that are breaking out, and somehow, some way, timing acting right in line. So don't get me wrong, by the seriousness of my tone, it's certainly exciting. It's wondering. It's like, hey, are we going to get it? Is it going to happen? It would be totally epic if it did. As I've talked about for many years, my hopes have been that we get to kind of like that $10 area for XRP. You can see over here on the market cap, the entire accumulation structure that has taken place over the last 5 years would be as if there was a crash, retrace back to retracement levels, reaccumulation for a wave 4 contracting triangle to try to hit that 4.236 extension over here on the market cap. For reference, for something similar to that, of course, you can just look back to Bitcoin back in 2018 through 2020 to eventually go on and hit the 4.236 extension with its market cap. Crash, retrace back to retracement levels, right there near the 702 over here on the market cap, just as we see over here for XRP, reaccumulation, and then off and away it eventually goes. So structurally, still looks just right, but still a long ways to go. And without having some type of moon candle already printed, we have to kind of worry about retracements the whole way up. Hopefully, this thing just does something crazy. I'm not going to predict that it will. Hopefully it does. It would be epic. It'd be amazing because then we wouldn't have to spend so much time worrying about these things. But the whole way up, we're going to have retracement levels to battle against, whether it's the one range that we're currently in right now as we get back into these retracement levels to hope that it does not reject by them. And then even if we do get through those, we then have our next range that we have to worry about in all the retracement levels that take place in here. Then even once we get beyond that one, we then have the whole range to go back to and say, here we go. There's all the retracement levels in here. And that's just part of working your way back up. That's what it's always like every time. That's what 2020 was like for Bitcoin during all of this stuff and working our way back up. It's just that most people weren't here for that. The masses typically pour in when the YOLO hits. And especially when the news wire hits hard and financial media starts drawing them in, such as when Elon Musk finally added Bitcoin to Tesla's balance sheet and CNBC said, buy Bitcoin. Of course, that marked the end, but what's not in the story and what most people don't know is the challenge it was to work our way back up and how difficult that was. They really only care when we're in price discovery and everything is easy. But working your way back up, that's the big challenge. That's the phase we're in right now. And right now, our current range has us within a retracement level just shy of the 618, which is at about 75 cents. The 702 retracement's at about 79 to 80 cents. And right there, that 786 retracement, it's about 84 cents for our current range that dates back to starting on July 13th. This is our first range we have to get through. Then we have another range to get through that starts from back there at the previous high from April 14th when Coinbase IPO'd and the peak of euphoria hit the market. We then have all those retracements, and then we'll have more and more until we get out, should we do so. Again, this would solve a lot of problems if we just went like this and shot our way all the way back to the all-time high. We wouldn't have to waste any time sitting there worrying about that stuff. But until then, we do. At least here on this YouTube channel, that's consistent with everything I've always said. Retracements have always mattered. There's points of failure. There's those points of rejection. And typically, euphoria piles back into the market when you get back into retracement levels. And it's why I think we will see that if we get that with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets up into those 40s and 50,000s, I think we'll see euphoria pile back in because it's in the retracement levels. But as of right now, this is our first big challenge for XRP, battling here against the first set of retracements, which is between 75 to 84 cents. I cheered that this is the end of the accumulation range. We have all the dynamics that we need for the rest of the market, with a total market cap leaving its range, with Bitcoin leaving its 7-month range. We've got all the elements we need, right? There's no specific narrative just to XRP here, which has always been what I've said, is that XRP moves with the market. XRP requires Bitcoin to be strong and requires the rest of the altcoin market to be strong. We have those elements, hate it or love it. That's the thing that moves the price. There is no why, no pre-swell pump, no SEC news coming down the pike. It's nothing, right? It's the market is strong. This is what we've needed. We're getting it. Now it's just whether or not, can we get some serious juice behind this thing? Because that's what came right here. And I think we were probably all on the edge of our seats to see whether or not we're going to. And the first phase, of course, is to escape the retracement levels of the current range we're in right now. So the first thing that would get me started to get really excited would be really a break above 84 cents with some serious strength. My expectations of moving back to retracement levels, of course, if you watch the channel, we did this in Markets in the Morning every single day, having XRP on the screen. It's been about watching Bitcoin, seeing the strength in the market return. There was a very specific reason why we're always looking at Bitcoin, why we're always looking around the rest of the market for XRP. And I think you're seeing it now, right? It's always like, why aren't we talking about XRP? Why don't we have XRP on there? And it's like, well, listen, we need the rest of the market to go. XRP is my biggest bag. It's my biggest investment I have. But I've definitely recognized the mandatory requirement that this stuff needs to be present in the market. Bitcoin needs to be strong. The rest of the market needs to be strong. And we have that. And so since those elements exist and since our timing is so great, it is just like, man, is it time? Is it finally where we're going to get it and get the breakout? We have a 5-year consolidation structure of a crash, retrace, reaccumulation to the 702. Gets you up there into that $9 to $10 region if it goes a 4.236 extension. I sure hope that's the case of what ends up coming, but we're all just kind of sitting back waiting for a real breakout because hate it or love it, this isn't one yet. This is positive price action. This is exciting. But we still have a 0 sitting there on the front, right? In front of that decimal point. There's no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 sitting over there yet. It's still a 0. And if we started seeing something marching pretty fast, you'd probably see me lay down this wall of worry. And especially if something like that happened, because it would take out every retracement level. And as long as we're working our way back up, that's what we're going to be focusing on now, is the retracement levels. I'm not so certain that really it has to be super focused over there on the total market cap or really super focused on Bitcoin right now, because those elements are present in the market of strength. Now it's just, can XRP be the show-stopping, show-stealing event happening right now? And I wanted to show you all these different things on here that are very interesting, right? And hopefully it is the case. You could see it yourself. This was capitulation, the bottom. You see these accumulation structures happening in here and these similarities that end up happening. And well, look at timing. We're there. Bitcoin, you've got your breakout. That's great. Total market cap, trying to escape there on Wyckoff accumulation. Just epic elements everywhere in the market. And it's no wonder that XRP is in the 70 cents right now. So awesome to see the price rising. First areas that I'm paying attention to now and exercising a little bit of caution here is that 75 cents, 79 cents, and 84. But hopefully we're there, and hopefully we don't have to waste too much of our time watching all those retracements all the way up. But that's what will get me excited first. 84 cents, let's take it out. Hey, we'll have a whole lot more to talk about. So I think that gives a pretty good summary of what's going on in there. We see a lot of market strength happening out there right now. So of course we see XRP moving back up as well. Now the big question is, can we get through the retracement levels? Can we get a full-blown breakout like we did back in 2017, which also occurred in congruence or in coordination with Bitcoin and the rest of the market? That's what we're waiting on right now. Hopefully that's the case, but we'll keep our eyes on it every day. And so a great start to the week. Let's see if we can get some more. Congrats to those who made it through the tough times, man. That was the hard stuff, getting through that in August, September, and October. You had the world telling you it was going to go down. You had the world telling you Bitcoin to 23, 20, 16, 12K. XRP going with it. If you toughed it out, you're being rewarded, and congratulations. So, all right, we'll start wrapping this thing up. If you guys are looking for something to do, of course, you can check out my website over here, which is bcbacker.com. This is a course with over 40 videos and over 11 hours of content where I teach you how to set up your own charts and your own indicators within TradingView and CoinTrader Pro, teaching you about the effective tools, different patterns and ranges, Wyckoff method, and Elliott wave theory, and teach you a lot about the historical behavior of the cryptocurrency market, including Bitcoin bull runs and alt seasons, dominant swings in the stock market and the halvings, and then a lot of research data that helped improve odds in 2021, which is a lot of that developer data stuff that we've talked about, importance of tokenomics and the market cap, and then of course emotional management, which we just went through a highly emotional time period of people very fearful during August, September, and October, and now feeling pretty euphoric. and how to keep those emotions in check. There's downloadable PDFs in here as well, so you can put those on your computer or print those out for your own reference. All of that is available over here on bcbacker.com. It's $39, no subscriptions, no renewals, no auto pay, nothing like that, one time. But I do also write a newsletter over here that is a subscription at blockchainbacker.substack.com. The most recent one talks a lot about how the altcoins performed back in 2021, looking at the ones that are listed there on CoinMarketCap by top 20 versus the top 20 by developer activity to see if there was any type of difference in returns that were offered between the two subsets of different groups, in which it turned out that there was, that the developer activity group did perform better. So we go through and do a case study here in this newsletter. There's an audio voiceover in here, so I do read the newsletter. It's over 30 minutes long. That's unusual. These things are usually about 12 to 18 minutes long. But we do also go through what are the coins right now that are the top developer activity. And we look at the top 20 as well that are currently going on right now in 2023. You can find the links to bcbacker.com and to my Substack newsletter down here in the description of each of my videos. Otherwise, what a start to the week. Let's see if we can keep it going. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.